Hello everybody and welcome to another video on the Pole Position YouTube channel. In this video we are going to be looking at the winners and the losers of the first race weekend of the season. Yep, the first race weekend has taken place at Bahrain for the 2021 F1 season, and we're going to be looking at the winners and the losers, and they were both for this first race. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So of course the main winner for this race weekend is Lewis Hamilton. Now he finished the race as the winner. The first time that Lewis Hamilton has won a race since 2015, or won the first race. We know he's won many races since then, but yeah, first time since he's won the actual first race of the season since 2015. So usually it's actually quite a good streak for him not to win the first race, so it might be that we have more of a battle on this year, but I think we've got that anyway. But yeah, you know, looked good throughout. Mercedes looks better for the first race weekend than it did at testing, so they've obviously improved over them couple of weeks. There were points, you know, during practice and qualifying where, you know, Bottas wasn't happy with the setup, but I think that was fine-tuned during the weekend. Lewis Hamilton didn't really complain much over the weekend about the setup that we could hear from like team radios or from what he said in interviews. So obviously he's more happier than his teammate in terms of the way that the car is set up so far this year. But yeah, it just looked like a sort of reliable race for them. Good strategy sort of to undercut Red Bull. And I think that was obviously the mistake that Red Bull made, was that, you know, they allowed Mercedes to sort of undercut them, and it was much more difficult then. Max had to overtake Lewis, you know, on track, which yeah was a bit annoying, I think, for Red Bull. But you know, we obviously saw that. We saw the last few laps of the race where, you know, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen were sort of battling out for that first place. Max obviously got the overtake, but you know, due to track restrictions and track limits, he had to give the place up and then couldn't make it back up. So yeah, ultimately, you know, good race for Lewis Hamilton and for Mercedes, because, you know, obviously the main talk was that Red Bull were going to be much stronger and looked better on the actual Bahrain circuit due to testing being there as well. So yeah, for Mercedes to get the jump on them and good strategy and to get, you know, first and third was great. Messed up again on Valtteri Bottas's sort of pit stop, 10-second pit stop, which is, you know, crucial. And I think he said that losing 10 seconds to Lewis and Max is just, you know, you're definitely out of the game then. So yeah, strategy didn't help him. I think he was looking to maybe go on a more aggressive free stop strategy, but yeah, Mercedes made sure that both were on two stop, which yeah effectively gave Valtteri the boot. He did manage to get the fastest lap at the end, so you know, did get that extra point and took it off Verstappen, I think. So yeah, another sort of bonus there for Mercedes. So the winners are obviously Mercedes. I'm going to put Red Bull in there as well because and we'll talk about it more on the podcast later this week, but Max Verstappen did well, of course. Started the pole. He obviously didn't get the first place, didn't get the win in the end, but looked calm. Just looked like he knew that, you know, this is a long season and we're going to get a lot more chances. And the car obviously looks a lot more better as well. And Sergio Perez had to start from the pit lane after his issue on the formations lap, and obviously it was good that they managed to get the car going again. And then to get up to fifth place, you know, battled with the likes of Sainz and got past Ricciardo. Couldn't get past Norris in the end for fourth place, but you know, a good solid result considering he started from the pit lane. So yeah, Red Bull are in the sort of winners section as well. The other winners, I think, of the first race were McLaren and Ferrari. Lando Norris, like I said, getting fourth place, and Daniel Ricciardo seventh. Ricciardo said it was a bit of a boring / lonely race, but in terms of that, still managed to get in seventh place with 6 points for the team and obviously himself as well. Lando Norris in fourth gets them 12 points, which sees them third in the constructors with 18, and Ferrari just behind them with 12 points. But yeah, good solid result for Ferrari. A bit of surprise for me, so I'm putting them in the winner section as well. 6th and 8th, good sort of points, solid points in the first race of the season. So yeah, I would say Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari were sort of winners, with the drivers in there as well being, you know, looking good. Yuki Tsunoda getting 9th, could have been a bit better for AlphaTauri. I think Pierre Gasly obviously retired from the race, and both of them looked better during qualifying, so it was a bit of a shame that they only managed to get sort of 2 points, as it were, for the whole team. But yeah, this is where we sort of go down to the sort of losers of of the weekend. And obviously Haas, we know where Haas are going to be this season, so Nikita Mazepin spinning out on the second corner and not even making one lap was a bit embarrassing. So we know why the drivers have been brought in. Even Mick Schumacher, to extent, is the financial backing that Mick brings in. We know he's going to be a class driver, but replacing two experienced ones with two youngsters is going to be difficult anyway. But yeah, they haven't got a great car this season, so it's just experience for both of them. And then I would put, obviously Williams had an okay race. I think Latifi had an issue with the boost system, so he just kept falling back during the race anyway. Difficult races for Alpine and Aston Martin. Alpine just looked a bit bland. There wasn't really much going on for Alpine. I think there's some issues there that they need to sort out. Fernando Alonso, I think, had a rear brake duct overheating. I think that got stuck in there during the race, so he had to retire 32 laps in, I think, so that wasn't great for Alonso coming back. And Esteban Ocon had a collision with Sebastian Vettel, who is he's definitely in the loser section of the weekend. But yeah, Alpine, I think, in general need to sort some issues out. But yeah, Aston Martin didn't look very good either. Lance Stroll managed to get 10th, so he did get the last point, as it were, so it goes to him as well as the team, that 1 point. But yeah, they do have some issues that they need to sort out. Whether this new regulation change for this year hasn't helped them and sort of made their car worse this year compared to others, that's something that needs to be looked at, I think. But yeah, Sebastian Vettel colliding with Esteban Ocon, going for a gap that certainly wasn't there after Esteban overtook him on the pit straight, as it were, with DRS. Yeah, just went and locked his brakes up and ran into the back of him. I think he got like a 10-second penalty in the end. So it wasn't a great first race for him, nor Aston Martin. So I think they need to sort a couple of issues out. But yes, they are the sort of winners and losers of the Grand Prix, the first Grand Prix weekend. I am giving the rating about a 7 out of 10 for the actual race. I thought it was good in parts. The mid part of the race was a bit boring, and I was like, oh no, we're back to usual with Lewis Hamilton at the front. But we did get a battle with about 10 laps to go against Verstappen and Hamilton. So hopefully we get more of that this season. So yeah, the race was about a 7 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts on the first race in Bahrain. Are you excited for the rest of the season? And yeah, let me know your winners and losers of the first race weekend. I will be putting out the podcast. We will be reviewing the first race in Bahrain. The podcast will be out later this week, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. See you soon.